So let's begin with our dwarf. I have, this one is a leftover, so I don't mix up. We are going to start the drawer, and I already made the first one, and the decorations for the below part, for the smaller part, are let's see, yes, I call this the second one, and that's these measurements. Where it is? Oh my gosh, yes, here it is. That are these measurements, and if you pause the video you can write it down, but I also write every measurements down to the description. So the upper is in inches and the lower is in centimeters. So, but for this one, the drawer one, are these measurements like this, and I hope I write it down. It's 5/1/16. I believe the guys who are familiar from inches, they know what I mean. So these are the measurements, so let's get into it. I hope I made enough hinges, because I am going to use the hinges for more stability. So I made, I believe, 6 long ones and 6 shorter ones, and these are not the perfect match. Oh yeah, they are 13 and not 14, so I will fix that. And I made 8 for these smaller ones for in the corners. So let's begin. I first cut these in 13 because I cut them in 14. So now I have fixed everything, so let's get started. Let's see how we are going to do it. Sometimes I like to have real nice edges, so I think I am going to pull my first off, and I glue it down just near the edge. Now these are also not cut very good. Don't understand why. Oh yeah, I understand why. I cut them at 20 and that's not at 19.6, because this size is 20, but for the drawer I use a little lower. But your measurements are the good ones, trust me. So the first one I peel off, then I lay it beside and I glue it like this. So I lay it just flat. Yeah, now I am going to do the other side. And of course I cut this just in a minute at the right size. And I grab the other one and I do the same thing. I lay it beside, and when it's on a good place, then I attach my paper and I burnish. So now we have 2 just on the side of this one. So Now we can make the other one, the smaller one, the same way, but let's check it out. Oh yeah, just a minute. Let's check it out what I want. I think I am wanting it this on top, so it becomes between these two. Or yes, I think I will do it in here. And when you do, then of course your chipboard is just a little higher than, because you are putting it on top. So what I do is I just cut a little, just a little edge off, just a little. And you do the same thing and you measure it first, because I don't know how thick your chipboard is. So do that first. Now I am going to peel my paper off, and oh, this is coming on top, so I will need it just a little further. Then I peel this one off, and then I am laying it in here, just, and then I grab my hinge and stick it on the right position, like that. Okay. Oh, oh, not that one. I grab it in my trash can. Okay, now the next thing is I like to do the corners first. So I peel off a little hinge. And then I see where this hinge is going to be. And then when it's okay, I'll stick my paper real tight. So let's grab another one. And we do the same thing. Just in the corner. Lay it flat so the table will show you. Yes, there we go. So first thing is ready to go. Yeah. It just sticks a little out for the hinge, but it's okay. Yeah, I am going to like it. So we grab another piece of hinge for this side, and we do the same thing. Just a little of the edge, because the chipboard is going to be on it. Then peel it off, and just checking first, do a checkup. And yes, that is what I am thinking. We need a little of, so always check, double check that it's the same height. Let's do another check. it's good to go. So I lay it in here, laying it on the right side, and then I pull my paper and something is I feel really like something is crawling up my leg, but I can't see anything, but I feel it. Maybe a fly, or I don't know what it is, something, maybe a ghost. A ghost is crawling up my leg. Many times when you think it is something, it's totally different. But okay, now grab a small hinge, laying your cardstock nice and flat on the bottom of the table, so you know it's nice and straight, and then put your little hinge on. Now grab another one for the fourth corner, and we do the same thing. Turn it around, turn it around, laying it flat. I think this one is just a little. So laying it flat, push it all the way to the bottom, and then the paper is going to attach in the right position, and then we are burnish. I'm still feeling something. I think I am going to check it. I don't like bugs. I really don't. Now, let's see what we have. Now we have, as you can see, the sides are on the side of the bottom, and the smaller sides are in these first, and I really like that. Then it's really nice. Yes. So what we now do is cover up these edges, so everything is really nice covering up. So now I have to fold my, and then you just attach. Oh yeah, and this one was a little bit longer. So that's one. And then the other one. Let's measure it first, then cut it. Fold it on the right position. And laying it in the corner of your project, and varnish. It's so easy. I think I am going to fold it just around thing, laying it in the corner, and this is shorter. How it can be? Hello. Then I use a large one, and I make, because I don't like shorter ones. You see, I'm terrible with measuring. But everything is gonna be alright. It's just a hinge. We are going to make another one. So, laying it in the corner and in the other corner and garnish. Like so, and I am going to look. So let's continue. I still cannot find what is on my leg, but I think I'm spooky. I'm seeing spookies. So let's see. I believe it was this one that I am needed. Yes, like that. Now I believe I can do the upper, so the corners, I mean by that. Let's see. Yes, this is perfect. Just need to flip it over. So all you do is use hinges to cover up all your chipboard and make it nice and sturdy. Because I am using now the longer ones I am cutting it just right now because I had to make some new ones. A big truck, it's driving backwards. Gentle make this line. Oh, this is not properly. Oh, I can fix it. Perhaps on this side. You see, I leave too much of a gap. And that I don't like. So I try to make it work. I think I am going to make a new one for this one. Sorry guys, I make a new one. It's not a big job to make a new hinge. That can happen. So let's see, this is the first one. Now again, measuring. Okie dokie. Again. Line it up. Yes, I feel this one's going better. Let's measure this one too. I think I did mention it, but I'll do it again. This technique is from Alexandra Moraine, and I did make the tutorial of, how you call it? The one with the cityscape paper, the box, and it was so fun to make. So please check her video of this technique with using hinges, and then you can make your own boxes with every measurement you like. It's really fun to do. So the technique I learned from Alexandra. Please check her tutorials for it. So now I am covering the small corners, of course, and then it's almost finished. And then what I do need is what I did with the others. I have to cover it up with the duct tape, because I was using it on top too. But if you are just using paper, then you don't have to. But I do, just to make it everything as supposed to. So I need to cover this paper just in a minute, cover it all up with extra tape. But if you are doing the same thing, then you can do it too, of course. Just covering it up with tape. Just wrap it around. can do it. So, now this is really just quick to do. Now let's give it a quick fit. And yes, it fits. So we have our 2 doors, and I'm just going to use my tape on it. So I'll be back in just a minute, and then we are continuing our box. Alrighty, we have finished our second door, and now we are going to cover the inside. In this particular box I already did my black, but now I am going to use the other one. So we just pick our paper and we just glue it in, of course. That's not, we slide it in, and I am going to make sure that I'm not going to push it really that far in, just leaving a nice little on the bottom, just a little, just enough to cover your hinges. And you just do the same as you are doing it with other paper. You measure it up and then you slide it in and you burnish your paper. Now the sides. Slide it in and stay it on the same position as the other one. Now for this I think it's more handy to use a ruler, because of course the opening is not that wide for my hand. And slip it over, slide it in on the right position. And use your ruler if you like. Yes, oh, I forgot to cut the last part for the inside, but we can measure that just in a second. Let's see, it's like this, and the height is like that. Oh, this is of course not, but let's measure. This one is okay, but this is going to be smaller. So I am going to cut it there. I think that's enough. Yes. Now I shovel it in, and I make sure it falls all the way down, and then I burnish it with my ruler. Yeah, that's nice. So now we have 2 black compartments. Okay, before I continue with these, I think I am first going to cover up all my outside papers and then go further. Yes, because for this one I leave a gap on top. The sides are pretty nice, but I don't like the gaps. So what I did is I measure it up how far the inside measurements are. So you do the same thing. I can't give you any measurement because I don't know how thick your chipboard is, so you have to do measuring yourself, just as close as the inside measures. So this is 3.9 centimeters by 13.8, I believe, yeah. And this is going to be on top, so it's nice covering it all up. So you need to make one for this side and one for this, and then this coming to be on top of this. So it all lines it up. But I'm first going to cover the outside. Yes, I'm going to do that first. Come back later. Let's see, how far am I? I have decorated the sides and the top and the back. It does not need to. Then I covered the first one all with black. So now I have to do the same with the little one. So let's do that first. So let's begin with making the panel for below. This is how it should be looking at. So now we are going to make for this one. So I grab my panel, my chipboard, and I cover it up with tape. And then we are going to wrap it up in black paper. Now I cut the corners. That. Then I do again the tape on it. Then I put a little glue against the chipboard. Then you can fold it around it and you make sure it stays there. Now I'll do the other side the same. Like that. Then I put another piece of tape on this side. And I do the same thing. Fold it. I forgot to put these just a little in and wrap it around, just like that. Do the same thing, just fold these a little in and fold it around. It's that easy. Now I am going to cover with design paper. Yes, like that. Then we are going to measure the middle of our chipboard. So this will be here. That's the middle. Now I grab my wands and I use, for the first one, I am going to use hot glue, because then it don't get in the way and the first one really stays put. So put it in the middle. Yeah, like that. Then we grab our handle and we put it in place where I want it to be. Now I guess I have it pretty, just a little. That's the first one. Give it a little push that it's really in the chipboard and then close it down. Now we do this all the way, and I used 5, 6, 7 boards to really let it in, so I'll come back in just a minute. Okay, I finished all my boards, so it looks like this. Now we are covering the back with some black paper. So that's a big machine outside. What is it? I think it's a weeper, how you call it? Oh my god, go away! I hope this video is still hearing. Now I am putting the black on the back. Yes, it's going away. are putting our wall inside and put some tape on the first side. Like that, and then peel off. Even the dogs are wanting to go away. I think they are cleaning the, how do you call it, the ghetto? No, let's see. This is going to be on here, so we put it there with hot glue. Now let's see if I have enough hot glue. I hope so. Put something in this. Now we are going to place it where I want it to be and give it a push. Then you pull it out and you squeeze real hard with your hands. So like that, and then is the second panel and it's done. Yeah, I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. You can pull it out and you pull it back. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I think it's time to put the top on. Yeah, I think so.